We were discussing about the questions and answers in XML. So we have taken some of the questions now, the remaining we are taking now. What is XML parser? An XML parser again is a software which has certain tasks to perform. First, whether this XML is well formed or not, XML parser does that. It checks for it. It will validate the document and allow us to read, create and modify the existing XML documents. You need to understand that there are various vendors which provide this parser, and XML parser is say a built-in Java runtime from JDK 1.4 onwards. What is DOM? What is DOM? DOM stands for Document Object Model. This is a platform and language independent standard object model for first representing XML and the related formats. DOM again is a standard API which is not specific to any programming language. This makes DOM very popular. DOM represents an XML document as a tree model, and this tree model makes the XML document hierarchical in nature. And every construct of this XML document is represented as a node in the tree. What is SAX? S-A-X, SAX. SAX is simple API for XML processing. So this SAX provides a mechanism for reading data from an XML document. And this is an alternative for DOM. We just talked about this DOM. So it is a popular alternative to the document object model. And SAX also provides an event-based processing approach, unlike this DOM, which is actually a tree-based. So DOM is tree-based, while your SAX is event-based. What are the interfaces of SAX? The interfaces, first is document handler. So this is used for getting event information relating to a document. Then you have DTD handler, which is implemented to get the notification related to declarations in DTD, like your entities and notations. Entity resolver, this is used for reading external entities. And error handling, used for handling errors which are or handling error related notifications. For notification handling, this error handler is there. Next is, what is the difference between SAX parser and DOM parser? What is the difference between these two? So the difference between SAX and DOM is, first, the SAX parser will take the occurrence of component of an input document as events, which means this is an event-based processing, and it tells the client what it reads as it reads through the input document. On the other hand, a DOM parser creates a tree structure. So it follows a tree structure in memory from an input document and then waits for requests from client. In SAX, no navigation possible, top to bottom only once. In DOM, we can navigate to DOM tree in any directions, any number of times, no limitation whatsoever. In SAX, we cannot modify the document content, but in DOM, we can modify the document content. SAX parser serves the client application always only with pieces of document at any point of time. And DOM parser always serves the client application with the entire document, no matter how much is actually needed by the client. The SAX parser, however, is much more space efficient in case of big input document, while the DOM parser is space inefficient when the document is large or huge. You need to use SAX parser when input document is too big for available memory and when only a part of document is to be read. Then we create the data structure of our own. And if you use SAX, you are using much less memory and performing much less dynamic memory allocation. And use DOM when your application has to access various parts of the document. And using your own structure is just as complicated as the DOM tree. So your application has to change the tree every time, and data has to be stored for a significant amount of time. What is C data section you find in XML? C data. This section, C data section, is for escape, or it is used to escape blocks of text containing characters, which would otherwise be recognized again as a markup. So an XML processor that treats them just like any character data will ignore all tags and entity differences, and C data tags have been provided. These blocks have been provided as a convenience measure when you want to include large blocks of special characters as your character data, but you do not want to have to use entity references all the time. What is XSL? This is Extensible Style Sheet Language. XSL. It deals with mostly with displaying the contents of XML, and just like you have cascading style sheets in your along with your HTML. So XSL consists of three parts. One is XSLT. This is a language for transforming these XML documents. Then you have XPath, which is a language for navigating in XML document. And then XSLFO, that is for formatting. FO for formatting. This is a language for formatting XML documents. Next is, how is XSL different from CSS? And why is a new style sheet language required when we had CSS already? Now, XSL is compatible with CSS and is designed to handle the new capabilities of XML that CSS wouldn't handle. XSL is derived from document style semantics and also DSSL. That means document style semantics and specification language. So this is a complex style sheet language with roots in the SGML community. The syntax of XSL is quite different from CSS, which could be used to display simple XML data, but this is not general enough to handle all the possibilities that are generated by your XML. So XSL adds capability to handle these possibilities. Just take an example. CSS cannot add new items or generated text, for instance, to assign a purchase order number or add a footer, such as an order confirmation. So XSL allows for these capabilities. Then what is XSLT? As we just saw, Extensible Style Sheet Language Transformation, XSLT, deals with transformation of one document into XHTML documents or to other XML documents. So XSLT uses XPath for traversing an XML document and arriving at a particular node. Like this. So this is XSLT. As we just said, it deals with the transformation of one XML document into XHTML documents or to other XML documents. So XSLT uses this XPath and for traversing an XML document and arriving at a particular node. So you have this XSLT, this is your source tree, that is your XML, and this is your style sheet, this is XSL transformer, and then you get a output like this. What is the role of XSL transformer? This XSL transformer will transform like this. First, the source tree is obtained by parsing the normal XML style. Then the transformation is then applied to the source with the help of information available in the style sheet. What is the structure of XSLT? This is the structure of XSLT. As you see here, from this point to this point, this is the start of the tag for a style sheet document, and it contains the XSL namespace, this XMLNS, that is XSL namespace indicator. So it says where XSL you are going to find out. This is the style sheet version, this is the XML version. Then you have template rule and other things which you want to add. This is XSL, for example, template match weather. And then you have a value, name value pair. Then you have apply templates HR as H1, HR, all those you would normally find in your HTML and the CSS. Then the list like this, and then you end the style sheet. So this is just like the style sheets, but with a variation, as we just indicated in our previous answer. What is XSL template? A template which would specify the transformation rules. So a style sheet document can be made up of at least one template which acts as an entry point. So every template uniquely identifies a particular node in the source tree. What is XPath? XPath is an expression language which is used for addressing parts of XML document. So this is your XML document. It will address a certain part. So XPath is used for, as the name suggests, path, that is for navigation. So this is used to navigate through elements and attributes of an XML document. What is XSLFO? This deals with formatting of XML data. So this can be used for generating output in a particular format, like say XML to PDF, XML to DOC. So this is formatting of XML document and also generating output in certain format. How XSLFO works, or how would you produce PDF using XSLs? So this is how it is done. First, this one, you have an XML document, one or more this XML document and your XSLT documents are fed into your XSLT engine. Using the rules defined in the XSLT document and the XSLT engine, it transforms the XML document to the FO. This FO document, which is usually stored in your memory only, is fed to the FO engine. Now this FO engine uses use the formatting rules defined in the FO document to render a printable document, and most commonly as a PDF file. So this is your PDF file. So these were a few more questions on your XML. I hope that few of them will really benefit you in your exams or your interviews. Thank you so much. All the best.